Hey, I am Coach Rachel, and I am a huge fan of the nutrition philosophy 2B Mindset. And I want to share with you a little bit more about the program because if you're watching this video, you've been following me or another coach on my team and are curious about what 2B Mindset is, but it's a little vague at this point, and I want to help answer a lot of your primary questions. So my name is Rachel Baldridge, and I personally have lost over 25 pounds with the 2B Mindset and still going. This has been vital for me in my postpartum journey following my second child. I'm a mom of two, I'm married, I run an online business, and I stay home full time. Life is crazy, and 2B Mindset has become the one piece of my journey that is easy. As a busy mom of young kids, I have a 1 and an almost 4-year-old, and things are insane trying to juggle them. And I used to be someone who meal prepped like crazy, who really struggled because I was measuring out my food, and it just didn't feel doable as a mom of two. And maybe that's an excuse, or maybe I just hadn't found what fit me. 2B Mindset completely revolutionized the way that I view food. As someone who has struggled with my relationship with food my whole life, I grew up with a family that lived off casseroles and all the carbs. I love comfort food, french fries and soda and sweets, you name it. And prior to starting 2B Mindset, I'd actually successfully lost 80 pounds using the color-coded container system that Beachbody has to offer. I fully believe in that system. I love it. I think it's incredible. But for me, 2B Mindset is so practical in every single real life scenario, and it has changed my relationship with food. I had really struggled with the concept of being on a diet. Even when I successfully lost 80 pounds, I would go through seasons where I was super laser focused and super intent on my goals, and I wouldn't eat anything off plan. And if I ate even a bite of cookie, I felt so guilty for it. If I ate a treat meal, I felt so guilty for it, and I had no balance. I was either on or I was off plan. And that was this real struggle for me. And since doing 2B Mindset, I feel like my chains with food have been broken free. And I feel like I no longer struggle with emotional eating. I was someone that ate when I was mad, ate when I was sad, ate when I was stressed out, ate when I was tired, ate when I was hungry, not hungry, bored. I loved to eat. And I had gained 100 pounds after I got married. And all of that was from my food habits. I loved the drive-through. I loved convenience. And so I needed something that I could do every single day that was easy to follow, that wasn't super complicated, but also didn't deprive me of the foods that I enjoyed and allowed me to enjoy them, still see results, and not feel shame and guilt when I am eating food now, and eat foods that I enjoy every single day and leave my plate at every meal feeling full and content and satisfied with my nutrition. So 2B Mindset is an incredible revolutionary tool for me and for a lot of my clients who struggle with a lot of the same things I did with emotional eating, and really understanding what it is that you need to do to reach your goals. The creator of the program herself has lost 100 pounds. So she's speaking from experience. She teaches at UCLA and has helped people for years and years lose weight successfully and keep it off. And so she created this program out of a personal experience background, which I find to be truly inspiring. But it also is super simple, and nothing is like when you think of other fad diets like Whole30 or keto or maybe Weight Watchers, things like that. There are traditionally a list of foods that you cannot have. There's no list of food with 2B Mindset that you cannot have. There's no food groups off limits. There's no treats off limits. There is nothing that you can eat that is outside of plan. And so that, to me, when I first heard that, I said, you're crazy. How is that even remotely possible? Is this magic? So I'm going to show you a little bit more about the program and hopefully kind of give you a greater idea of what it is and what comes in your package if you choose to do it. So the very first piece of the puzzle, and I'm going to show you on my phone, I personally tend to access my 2B Mindset training videos via a laptop or computer, but you can access them on your iPhone. They're not accessible to Android yet, but they will hopefully be soon. But I usually access them on my laptop anyways. But you download the app once you purchase your program. You download the app, and hopefully you guys will be able to see this. Oh man, this may not work. We will see. Okay, so on the app is the ability, let me see if I can dim this. the ability, there we go. Okay, so you're gonna get access to 43, I think at this time when I'm recording this video, 43 different videos. And these are basically training modules to teach you about everything you need to know about nutrition and what actually matters in order for you to reach your goals. So in the videos, you're gonna get kind of the basics of the program, like what the program actually entails, what the foundational concepts are. You'll get, hold on. She'll go through every single food group. So she's going to go through proteins, carbs, accessories, veggies. Then she's going to teach you how to plate your food. So this means that you can do it at a restaurant. You can do it at home. She'll teach you how to visualize your plate and how to eat from a visualization standpoint. Every single meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. So she goes through all of those. But when you get deeper into the program, she talks about mindset, which is a huge deal when you're trying to overcome nutrition habits that have been ingrained in you for a really long time. So she talks about mindset and how that is important and how tools and action steps to overcome a negative mindset when it comes to losing weight. She talks about if you're hungry, how do you go about? Do you eat more? And if you do, what are you eating? How do you go about that process? She talks about how to set up your kitchen for success. So she takes you through a kitchen. She shows you how to set up your pantry, your refrigerator, and everything in your kitchen according to your goals. And it's really neat the way that she does it. She goes through a grocery store. She actually takes you through a grocery store and teaches you how to shop every single aisle and what to get, how to read a food label, breaks down everything you need to know about your shopping experience. She talks about enjoying takeout food. And so she actually sits down with a stack of menus and teaches you what to order at every cuisine. So if you want Italian, awesome. Here's a list of things that you could do that according to each meal. Do you want Mexican? Do you want deli? Do you want a breakfast place? Do you want a diner? Every cuisine is on there. She sits down with that menu and teaches you how to do that. She shows you how to eat out and still stay on track. She talks about social events and parties and how to conquer those and whether you want to eat at them or not eat at them, different approaches to do so. She talks about traveling and vacations because, yes, you can lose weight while on vacation. I have done it. I took a trip to Indianapolis and came back 3 pounds lighter than I went, and it just felt so empowering. Then down at the bottom, there are problem-solving questions. So things like, what do you do when the scale goes up? Help, I've hit a plateau. Help, I've completely fallen off. Are you an emotional eater? That's when she dives into that piece of the puzzle. How to do it for a vegan lifestyle, how to pair it with exercise. The concept of the program is that fitness is extra credit. So obviously, I personally love fitness from a mental and emotional standpoint and how it makes me feel. It's considered extra credit with this nutrition plan. It also talks about how to do it with pregnancy. And then there are some recipe videos at the bottom. So you're going to get all of that, access to all of that with your package. But that's not all. So your first step is to go through and learn all the concepts of the program. It's a one-time purchase, lifetime access. So you have access to those videos. I personally rewatch them at least once a month just to refresh myself, especially if I'm starting to struggle. And then you're going to get all this awesome stuff as well. You're going to get a getting started guide. This is just going to walk you through your first steps with the program, okay? You're going to get a recipe book. So this is some of my favorite recipes. I am someone who hated vegetables. Even when I was losing weight, I literally ate steamed broccoli for like 2 years straight. This has taught me that I actually enjoy vegetables, and this whole time I've been cooking them the wrong way. That I felt guilty for accessorizing them and making them taste good because I thought they had to be bland, and that if they weren't bland, I wasn't going to lose weight. So I found ways to season my food to where they taste so delicious. Never in a million years would I thought I would have eaten cauliflower. Never in a million years would I thought I would eat Brussels sprouts, and certainly not turnips, and be excited about that. I was the world's biggest picky eater growing up. So if that's you, there's hope, I promise. So you're going to get all these different recipes for every meal. And then this is a go-to guide. So it walks you through a lot of the concepts that are in the training videos, but it kind of condenses them. And it shows you how to set up your refrigerator, how to set up your kitchen. And then the nice thing is at the back, there's actually a place for you to write down the different cuisines and a sample meal that you could order at Italian or at a diner, etc. That way you can keep this little handy guide in your purse or in your car, and that way you have it when you're out shopping. It's as a quick reference on how to read a label, and also, ordering at a restaurant. It's fantastic. This is one of the most crucial pieces of the program. It's this called your tracker, and I fully believe in, I've never tracked my food before, but this has been huge for me in kind of accountability, but also figuring out what my body needs. So it teaches me what my body responds to and how my body can react. So I've learned things like, for example, because no food is off limits, I will eat things that aren't, maybe would be considered more of a treat. And notice I say treat, not cheat. And that was a huge mindset shift that I made with this program. So I would eat things that would be considered more of a treat, and I would track it, and the next day I could see how my body responded. So for example, pizza is something that my body personally does not do well with. So I can easily jump up 4 pounds on the scale from eating pizza, and it would take me 2 weeks to get that off. I realized it wasn't worth it, but I could have froyo, which is my bigger craving. I could go and have froyo and have a really delicious bowl of froyo with Reese Cups and Snickers and all that, and I would only go up a half a pound the next day. And so that to me was worth it, whereas pizza isn't as worth it in this season of weight loss with my journey. Maybe when I get to maintenance and I'm where I want to be, maybe then. But tracking it is crucial. So what you do is there's a place at the beginning of every week for you to create. I don't do this because I go by the fly by the seat of my pants. But there's a place for you to create a meal plan for every single day of your week, and then there's a place for you to create your grocery list for every single day of the week. So on here you can see there's a place for you to track your water, your weight. You're also going to track things like your mindset, whether you exercised or not, what was great about your day, did you schedule any self-care, did you go to the bathroom, and then of course a place for all of your meals as well as the times that you ate them. And then there's a visualization of the plate and how you're supposed to plate your food right here as a quick and easy reference as you're tracking your food. So there's also a place on the app for you to do that. You can also track your weight, and they put it in a pretty little graph. This has been huge for me, and is very eye-opening that I could eat food, enjoy it, and realize I don't have to feel good about it because it's not going to impact my goals if I'm applying all the other principles. For example, this past Saturday I was at a family function. I brought a really delicious, huge salad to share. I made some protein muffins, and I came feeling empowered. I was excited to see everybody. I kept my focus on the people that I was there to interact with and not the food. And I ended up eating a big plate of salad. I had some delicious turkey. And then instead of eating some kind of carb like a roll or something like that, I decided I wanted some chocolate pie. So I had a piece of homemade chocolate pie. The rest of the day was perfect and on track, and I still lost a half a pound that day. And so I realized I can still enjoy food guilt-free without the shame and the embarrassment and the mentality that I have failed unlike before. And that has been a huge transformation for me. So I highly recommend, personally, I have lost over 25 pounds with 2B Mindset. At the time of this video, I'm sure that will not be the last that I lose. My goal is 10 more pounds. And I personally by the end of this month, I'll be a certified 2B Mindset mentor. And I provide behind the scenes check-ins and support to my clientele to make sure that they stay on track, to also review their trackers with them, to help them understand how their body is reacting to food, and to really be a support to them during this journey, because overcoming food addiction is really hard. And if you're someone that struggles with that, you need to find a coach who's going to support you through this program. So I wanted to give you a better idea of what this is and a little bit of my transformation and my story. So I hope it encourages you. Make sure that you find a Team Beachbody coach and get started on this program today, because it will change your life, and you'll be free from food addiction and feeling so empowered, confident, satisfied, and happy, and lose weight and enjoy the process. And that's huge to me.